Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking. This isn't going to be an edited video, most likely, so it's going to be for the moment almost as if it were a VOD, but actually isn't. Mainly because I want to post this today, because I'm already very late for this, but also because I have D&D right after this, so I'm going to go straight from one recording to another to a stream, because that's what my life is sometimes, depending on the day. That being said, the channel MyStreet One Last Time, which used to be Aphmau Stories, which used to be Aphmau Fantasy, I believe, dropped a video recently, which was called MyStreet Season 1 Top 10 Moments Picked by You. I didn't know this was happening. I guess I've not been paying attention enough. So as a result, I was not able to vote on the top 10 MyStreet Season 1 moments picked by us, I suppose, the fans, which means that I will be instead offering my opinion on the different takes that the rest of the audience have, because it's been several years of me ranting on about my own opinions and those of my guests on actually 5 years later. But what does the larger fan base, or at least the ones who are aware of this poll happening, actually believe? That's what we're here to find out today. One final thing is that I'm staring directly into the webcam right now, and I'll be looking down for the rest of the video because my monitor isn't working on like this, at least in this room. So I'll be looking down for most of the video, but I assure you, the floor is not as interesting as what is going on right now. So if it appears that way. So let's go ahead and present this and find the video. This is the part that we have to do after the intro, which always takes up some time. Okay, here we go. Top 10 moments picked by you. You lot. You did this. I didn't. Okay, here we go. And here are, you voted, the top 10 fan favorite moments of MyStreet Season 1. Voted by you. Sounds like I feel like this is a very use your words reminiscent idea. Well, of narration, I mean. Okay.
Now that's beautiful.
Not as beautiful as Caitlin's. As Caitlin's eyes. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Please don't hit me.
Nice save. I'll let it pass.
Yay.
You better start making moves, Caitlin, or I'm taking Travis for myself.
Really?
Lucinda, you wanna go?
Oh, this is so beautiful! Kawaii Champ can't believe everyone is getting along!
Oh yeah, I forgot this time that, was it Amy was voicing Kawaii-chan for a bit, briefly?
Kawaii-chan wants to get a picture to commemorate this moment! Come on! Ready? Say cheese!
Okay, wait, actually, I'm gonna let the clip play out, and then talk about it. Okay, so two things about that. One is I was surprised that it wasn't higher on the list, because it's, again, right at the last second. I'm surprised it's called an AFOP as well, but that's, whatever. And that was the moment that made it in. I guess the part about Travis and Caitlin specifically, as a veteran traveling shipper, I can appreciate that at least. However, doesn't this come right towards the end of Aphmau and Aaron announcing that they're dating? Does that count as a separate moment that was picked in the series? How trimmed down were these? Because I imagine that if you offer like the fan base a list of some kind, you have to have like a cutoff and a starting point, and just select like all these different things. So was the entire season available in these small segmented moments, or was or were there just a couple of things that were put forward that these could be the moments? And if so, why was this one picked? Because you would think that the part that comes right before this would have been selected. So I'm guessing that's going to be further up on this list somewhere, because I mean, Aphmau is beloved by all, so we're definitely going to see that along with Neighborhood Play potentially. But yes, that's why I'm thinking this one should have been possibly higher or not made the list at all, depending on your point of view. That's a weird take, but I'm sticking with it.
Dante, what are you doing? Gonna look at her browser history to see what kind of stories she reads.
Okay.
Dante! That's not cool!
Don't you want to know if she looks up Garmau or Larmau fanfics? Not that I necessarily like.
Okay, interesting. The Garmao and Lamao fix have made it into this. I guess I probably underestimate how starved for attention Garmao and Lamao fans actually are, especially after season one. Season one's really the only time where we get a way to I guess indulge in different ships involving Aphmau that don't directly come into conflict with Aaron. Even in Phoenix Drop High Season 2, when Aaron isn't around for most of the time, with the knowledge of what the end goal of the whole series actually is, in the prequels, even stuff like Kai Mao and Ian Mao was only ever going to be a momentary distraction, let's say. So yeah, I guess this was the prime time for everything, concerning all the other Aphmau ships that existed at the time. And maybe that's why people voted this one super highly. Let's continue it. Let's see where they cut off.
Them or anything. I mean,
That's what I thought. Okay, let's see. Just gotta go here, open this up, and then what the?
What is it? Oh, let me see. Oh my.
God's not even looking at the laptop.
What are you
Okay.
guys doing?
We're not doing anything like that.
I've said it before, but I always appreciate when voice actors in anything will be able to improvise like this, and then they get like layered over the top. It's like a voice actor thing, then an editing thing, and then it like makes into the final cut. I love that so much.
We're not looking at anything personal on here.
And the classic thing of Gareth throwing electronics, which he weirdly enough has a habit of doing, throwing electronics away when he's caught snooping on them specifically. You think about what happened in the big move as well. And Lawrence at least tried to give it back. Like, you know what? Good for you, Lawrence.
for someone with, like
Okay, well then, I'm gonna be heading home.
And I guess and that's again the cutoff is weird because then you don't actually find out what she searched up. I forgot what it was that they found on there. It was probably like a trap of some kind or potentially Aphmau fix. Probably. But yeah, again, it's the starting point and the cutoff points that are like weirding me out with like how this is put together. It does seem like there was just a list of them and like, okay, in the like out of context, how does this, how does this hold up for you? Yeah, I'm not really sure.
How
Anyway,
do
here's
I
some Zane
know when I've made a friend?
Sometimes it just happens, and
He's too hot for MyStreet. Wait, episode 15, isn't that the one where the kitchen burns down? That's probably what. Oh, no. I know exactly what moment this is. Okay, now I get it. It's not to do with Zane. It's to do with mainly Travis. And I'm pretty sure I know why this is in here. Okay, this one I can agree with.
you won't even realize it. But there are times where it kind of feels like a spark of fire igniting in your heart. Your friend will also feel it too.
Caitlin-sama, the kitchen is on fire!
Not my problem.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't believe it, Aphmau.
Really? Because we're friends. So how did that feel?
Well,
I mean, if it didn't feel like a spark of fire, maybe he doesn't consider you a friend yet, Aphmau.
it felt like...
There's so much fire! It's so hot!
Use the barrel that you have in your hand.
Did someone say
It's like one piece of fire there.
hot? Because I'm here to light the room on fire.
Yep, there we go. Yep. Of course. We're too hot for MyStreet. Now
I
we're
see.
talking.
Well,
Travis couldn't stop making the fire worse!
It's not my fault my natural hotness would create actual fire. I can't control it.
Maybe some other time. Can I leave my ponies here? You can bring them by my place next time.
sounds good. Don't worry, your ponies are safe here with me. I'll keep them out of reach of Celestia, and they won't get hurt. They're absolutely 100% perfectly safe here.
No one is safe
One is
here.
safe here.
You must-
Yep, there we go. That was it. I was waiting for that one. Yeah. I don't even have to say anything for that one. People... It's obvious why that one was there. That one's a perfect cut for me, I think. Anywho.
Experience what it's like to be a cat.
Okay, so some of the like non-cinematic moments actually made it in, which is great because I've long said that the first-person nature of some of these scenes shouldn't detract from like the quality of them or how we enjoy them. I know it does for like some people because they prefer the third person versus first, and I get that entirely. But some of my favorite all-time moments in all of MyStreet, not just season 1, but all of MyStreet, have been first-person moments, usually the heart-to-heart between different characters, neither of which were talking cats, so I'm wondering what the fan base thought of this one.
And now,
Here we go.
what did you do to me? Don't worry, human. You will turn back to normal in due time. When you learn to spread Katniss cheer, only then will you turn back to normal. Why am I purple?
Feel better?
Oh, okay, so now we're skipping ahead. So this is the first time that I think they've, like, cut 2 scenes and spliced them together for one of these clips. Because that was obviously the setup, and now the spreading of the Katniss cheer is, you know, here. I guess, does that count as one moment if you do it that way? And again, who in the fanbase would have agreed to put this together? This was definitely this is definitely a list. This was definitely a list.
Yeah, I mean, meow.
I'll take that as a yes. You know, an animal has never followed me home like that before. I was honestly joking with you at first, but, well, yeah.
Oh, so it was a joke, and you really weren't being nice to me. I see how it is.
You know, I was never allowed to have a pet before. Animals usually don't like me.
Oh, my Irene. I can already tell what's gonna happen. He's gonna keep me and then get me neutered and...
Oh yeah, the reason she's worried about that is because, if people don't remember, that is the concern that she had when Gareth and crew were going to keep her as Sprinkles. Which, yeah, I guess, ultimately speaking, the Sprinkles stuff, whenever Gareth actually had Sprinkles for, like, the brief second, that wasn't truly an iconic moment. What made that whole thing iconic was Gareth's grief over losing Sprinkles immediately afterwards. After suggesting that the launch suggested that they get the cat spayed, which I'm pretty sure is how you would say for a female cat, because neuter would be for the male, but whatever.
I knew this was too good to be true.
Well, the door is that way.
What?
I'm sure you have an owner somewhere who's worried about you. Go on.
And I'm sure there's a cat you have a concept of what doors are, so go ahead.
He's letting me go? Zane, you've been really nice lately. I wish there was something I could do to show him my gratitude, aside from meowing. Wait, there is! The stone sweater!
Yeah, this will never make sense to me. I've talked about it in my 5 Years Later review, but I'll say it again. This part never made sense. Does it just grow to Zane's size when he holds it?
Huh? How did you take that thing off? You're giving it to...
There is also that, thank you, Zane.
Me?
No, this cat is actually asking you to wash the sweater. Of course, yes, duh, it's yours.
I've never gotten a gift from someone who wasn't family. But I guess you don't count as a someone, right, Cat?
Huh?
Wow.
Is he actually tearing up?
Thanks.
It brings a
You're
tear to my
welcome, Zane.
single eye.
You! What the... Is this some kind of prank?
You know, I wonder if she actually, like, turned back to human form whenever she had the sweater on. Would she have 2 sweaters on? Was that how that would work? Or does the sweater then, like, replace the one that she has currently? I didn't ask that last time, but now I'm wondering.
Gotta go. Bye!
My
Werewolf
windows!
kids!
You'll pay for this!
What's
Okay.
this over?
Yep, this had to be in here, and no cuts are required for this one. We all know what's happening. Although, before we proceed, this is the remake version of this moment, which, okay, sure, makes a lot of sense, and I'll get into why. Probably not just because of the fact that it's like the new and improved version, but there is something about this one specifically that I think people are happy to see the expansion on.
Oh, my!
Do anything for the ship, yes, indeed.
What is this? What the heck is this? Aaron and me?
Even the models are updated. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't actually done my 5 years later or 5+ years later on the remake episode yet, so I guess it's the first time I'm talking about this particular scene. Dang, I should have done that ages ago. I should have done it in April.
Do you like it, Aphmau senpai? This is where I come to give my sacrifices to
I'm trying to talk about it too much because I haven't, you know, done the whole thing yet. Yeah, this is the bit.
No! Senpai! Say goodbye!
Say goodbye, it's just on the floor.
No! Poster Soap Senpai don't belong on the floor!
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about, like, the images of this. I'm just going to say for now, first of all, Terra! Why'd you have to be extra? Kind of reminds me of that moment, actually. You know, Terra's legacy lives on in some way. But secondly, yeah, the poster senpai thing, if people haven't seen the remake version versus the original, this was not in the original part. The shipping shrine was with different art. But this time, yeah, the poster senpai thing was something I guess they couldn't program at the time, but they had intended to do. So I guess, yeah, this kind of gives like a whole different spin on that, because that means that Kawaii-chan broke into Aphmau's room while she was going down to like investigate the basement. And also knew about the poster senpai to begin with, which was very a well-guarded secret. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot to dive into, and again, I will get to that. I will get to that when we do the remake. We'll do the remake soon, I promise. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm halfway through this. I need to get to D&D. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it too much. Yeah, this is the part that was different. Anyway. Let's also pay to. Okay, fine, sure. All right. I wish I'd known they were going to do that, because then I wouldn't have mentioned the differences, but sure, proceed.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What's this over here?
Oh my, what the? Oh, what?
Camera's
What
way
is-
faster too in this one, actually, now I meant to see that.
What the heck is all this?
You've got the different models matching the galaxy prints.
Aaron?
Does Aphmau Senpai like it? This is a place Kawaii-chan comes to give strength to her ship.
I don't recall the echo from that one. Yeah, I was wondering where this one would come in. I'm surprised that this one isn't either number, like, 2 or potentially 3. What number is it? 5? Okay, alright. I've underestimated the Aphmau fan base as a whole. Fair enough, then.
Here, a cup, closed in mine true love's hand. Poison, I see.
Oh, actually, wait, no, I know why this is not the scene I was thinking of. This is a different scene in the same episode that's probably going to be higher ranked.
Hath been his timeless end. Oh, curl, drink on, left not a friendly drop. I will kiss thy lips. Happily some poison yet doth hang on them.
It's now or never.
Here we go. Yep.
What
Yeah.
the?
Did I say that the Garmao and Lamao fans have been starved for content? The Gorance ones have been truly starved for the longest. They've been left in the desert to dry.
Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen.
And that was the first of many potion shenanigans in the series. I'm sure that will not become a thing that will come back to haunt Lucinda as a concept later on.
That's what they get!
Oh, what a romance. Oh my god.
Okay, this is a very simple one, but you know what? I get this one too. Yeah. Immediately when I saw the two of them here at this particular house, like, no, I know exactly what this is going to be.
Hey, Aaron. Sorry to bother you, but we wanted to invite you to a last-minute New Year's Eve party we were having tonight, and...
Yeah.
Aphmau?
Hey, Laura.
Bear in mind, they went around to Aphmau's house before this and didn't know, and knew that she wasn't there, but then then of course no one knew where exactly she was. This is still a surprise for them.
It's Gareth. I just got Caitlin's text. I'm so there.
What are you doing in Aaron's house?
Making out.
What did you
What
say?
did you say?
I said hanging
I
out.
said hanging out.
Why?
This is iconic for sure.
Please don't tell me you guys are...
No, we're not jealous at all. We're actually here to invite Aaron to the same party you're going to tonight at our place.
The thing is, they actually were. They decided that if they didn't invite Aaron, that it would look suspicious for them, so they had a bit of an ulterior motive to be in Aphmau's good book still. But despite that, it was still the right thing for them to do, because Aaron still is their friend, technically speaking, so that's why they were here.
Wow, I'm so impressed with you guys. So are you going, Aaron?
Sure. If you're going, I'll go.
I'm going. Oh, can I invite Zane too?
Well, I was going to invite him anyway, since he's my baby brother and all, but yeah, sure, invite him.
Great.
Honestly, again, if I said this last time, but if Garth invited him, he probably would have said no. The fact that Aphmau invited him was probably why he ended up going.
We'll catch you guys later.
Garth, she's in his house.
Lawrence, try not to panic. We have to keep our composure. She said she was hanging out with him, right? Because for a moment there, I swore I heard making out.
I would have put the emphasis on the making out there, but still.
No, I'm pretty sure she said hanging out. We just have to back away from the door and trust that. Besides, we have a New Year's party to get ready for. Come on. We can walk away from this like men.
And they both caught cold. So that one could have been 2 moments, actually. That was a double whammy in a way. Because the whole making out said hangout thing, well, first of all, it's something that I quote regularly with like my friend group. Because obviously met a lot of them through the Aphmau fan base, so we're all in the know about that one. But yeah, the walk away like men is another thing, which could, on its own would have worked even without all of that setup. Which is interesting because some of the other stuff I mentioned before seem to be like separated moments that you could include as like a whole extra long portion and get the same effect. So this one is like the opposite problem to that. Interesting how these were put together and what the criteria was for them. Yeah, speaking of that, this is the thing that happened pretty much directly after the Garant's kiss. This is why it's called the kiss, because, like, well, I mean, the bait and switch of this episode was that there was a kiss mentioned in the title of the episode, but then by the time we got to it, it was, Garth and Lawrence had kissed, and then the outro starts playing, but then suddenly the outro cuts out, and that's when we get to this portion here, right after what you just saw in number 5.
Aaron, I am so sorry about Lawrence and Garth yet again. You really shouldn't have to deal with this.
I bet they learned their lesson.
They sure did. Oh my Irene.
I think there was a little bit in between that, actually, where they have another classic voice actor ad-libbing thing layered on top of each other, but also, yeah, they both look like lesson learned. They are traumatized.
Too bad, I guess. I was really looking forward to that kissing scene.
Oh?
Not really. I was actually really nervous about...
That's all the cue that Aaron needed. That was it. That slip of the tongue right there, boom. Well, it was a joke, but still.
Aaron?
There we go. That's why this is the kiss, because it's the one everyone was wanting, and it's the one that Aphmau kind of put in last minute as well. It's like, no, we have to end with the kiss here. Okay. All right. This I'm intrigued by, because this episode, I'm surprised is being acknowledged whatsoever. This is another kiss-related thing, a New Year's kiss, but it's between Kenma and Emmeline. Now, if you remember what happens as far as like a character named Emmeline is concerned, they never bring up the fact that that Ghost has the same name as one of their friends. At the very least, even if they haven't quite put together that it's like a different like version of the Emmeline that we that we knew from before. That's not this, reincarnation or corporeal fragment, as I like to call them, of the Emmeline from Minecraft Diaries. So I'm surprised they're acknowledging this one as being like, you know what, fine, like, there was another Emmeline here, and we're gonna, give that to you for your consideration of iconic moments. Or maybe this is just because of the Gareth distraction here, because the way that this like the joke builds that's going to happen right now might be why it's going might be what they're going with.
Huh?
Yeah, they're going with that one. They're going with the joke part, not with the eventual kiss. Yeah.
Kenmer? Oh, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out at the party?
Yes, but I think Emmeline wants to be my New Year's kiss.
That's great! Don't you like her?
Well, yes, but I don't know how to approach her.
This was a better moment for like the Diaries fans because Cameron and Emmeline's first and only appearance other than the Fall Festival was in this episode. So there was not much time to build up their like liking each other at all outside of what people already knew from Diaries. Which I guess means that, the Diaries fans have been more than patient as far as how this has gone, considering the hiatus.
That's easy.
Gareth, not everyone is as suave as you.
Huh? Oh, I don't know about that.
You can talk to girls. I can't.
You talk to Aphmau, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't like her. I like Emmeline.
Okay, sheesh. Look, why don't I give you some advice?
Emmeline, the most important thing about approaching a guy is to just be yourself.
Kenmer, girls really like it when you approach them with confidence.
Even if you're shy, you've got to give him both the opportunity to get to know you and you the opportunity to get to know him.
You just focus on her.
Oh.
Slight deviation there because suddenly we're getting to like a bit of more dodgy advice from Gareth, but not entirely, malintentioned.
Sweetheart, don't worry about what you look like. You're beautiful.
What's wrong with your hair?
Yeah, now we get this. This is one of my favorite, jokes in the series because of the way that it builds up. I'm surprised it's this high up for people, but this is another, iconic quote that I do sometimes.
Here, take this hair gel.
Within friends.
Now, if you want to kiss him, you have to make sure both you and him are okay with it. Give him the look, like this.
And this is, of course, before they did the facial expressions.
And see how he responds.
You puff out your feathers, like this and do a little dance. This will not only attract her to you, but will scare off other males as well.
Yeah, I don't do the full thing. I do the puff out your feathers and do a little dance. Yeah, this alone, the sheer absurdity of how he got to this point. It's not even a rule of three. This is the fourth cut we've had to him. So there's a rule 4 here as well. So we're really building up to this. And what seals the deal is Zane's response, which is...
Wow. I may only have one eye, but I've seen all I need to see today.
You and me both, Zane. You and me both. And now, the moment you have waited for. Voted by the fans that knew about the poll, the top MyStreet season moment is... Is it the an eye dating thing? Is it that one? Or the one with Abby? No. God, why didn't I think of this? This was this was an obvious one. I've said before, this is my favorite episode of season 1, particularly, and one of my favorites of the whole show, and I didn't even think that this was missing from the list. But here we go. You're copywriting me, Mr. Zane.
You're a mean one, Mr. Zane. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Zane.
I've said it before, but unfortunately, this song is out of sync with the actual instrumental. But yeah, it's still... Everything about this is still hilarious anyway.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel.
And then evens out a bit. Like wings.
You're a monster.
Actually, had I even recorded Wings by the time that this came out? Or not this came out. This came out long before. I mean, by the time 5 years later it came out. I'm not sure, actually. Maybe? How long did Fortnite Season 1 take to get to wrap itself up? Yeah, this could have been. This could have been right after Wings, because I'm just mean because as far as out of sync recordings go, that's what people think of most of the time. But this might be the first time that I specifically called it out as an issue in something. And then I made one myself, or well, I was complicit in making one, I suppose. It wasn't just me.
Mr. Zane, your heart is an empty hole.
I'm surprised he's still going down chimneys at this point.
Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Zane.
The best part is that Aaron and Zane never talk about this moment ever again.
I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a vile one, Mr. Zane.
Yeah.
You have turned
That was his grandmama's reef, by the way.
lights in your smile.
Werewolf kids.
You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Zane. Given the
Rush, you've learned the true meaning of Christmas.
choice between
Oh no, Sky the reindeer's been eaten finally.
the two of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile.
Make sure to subscribe for more MyStreet top moments. Alright, so there you have it. If that's not proof that there are plenty of, not only iconic but underrated moments, as well as I briefly alluded to, then in season 1 that I don't know. Because some people really do neglect season 1 quite a lot. And that's not to mention there's plenty of other scenes as well that I would have thought might appear in here somewhere. Like for example, the Princess Travis stuff, the way that the the wedding that was officiated by none other than Abby, daughter of Jeffrey, naturally. And potentially also like the aftermath of that particular song. But then again, that goes back to what I was saying about like splicing up different moments and such. I mean, I guess that does go to show that the Aphmau fanbase has some preferences. Maybe because the wedding thing was about between Aphmau and Travis, so that was not really such a thing they were a fan of. Also, the kiss between Kate and Travis, the actual kiss between the two of them, didn't make it into here. I'm gonna spend ages going through like all the stuff that didn't make it in this, like Kawhi and Reese as well. Then no, you should run. My goodness, that was episode 2. Okay, again, there's a lot, but my point is that yeah, people tend to ignore that in favor of obviously like later moments in other seasons that are on a technical level crafted better. They've that sometimes the people who want to lean more into like the serious side of things, and potentially also because like by that stage, because a lot of people were saying this, but a lot of people in my street is their childhood. For me, it's my late teenagehood, so I understand that that's why I don't tend to speak for the large majority of the fan base and their collective experiences to do with it. But yeah, it does kind of but as the series progressed and like got more serious and emotional, those moments are the ones that people really like stood out in people's minds about this. But especially like the second wave that came in during like the season 4 time that's onwards from there, where there was a bit more balance between drama and comedy. All these moments here, you could say, like, are comedic on some foundational level. I think that's probably why some other stuff didn't quite make it into here. I'm not sure people just going by like the nostalgia of it. One thing I thought was going to happen that could have happened was that now the fan base are older, their preferences might have actually changed. But for the most part, it seems that these like ideas that were like the most popular at the time of MyStreet's release have remained the same, which is both a testament to the series and a testament to like the nostalgia and the creative experience that everyone has had in the fan base. So on some level, I'm not entirely too surprised, and on some levels, on others, I would say there probably needs to be a bit of a reevaluation. But then again, I always would say that because, like I said, I don't speak for the majority of the fan base. That does give me an idea, however. Since I missed the chance to weigh in on this list, and I didn't agree with some of the results that the large majority of the fan base did, why don't I do my own list? At some point, I'll go through, just casually on my own, the entirety of season 1, while I'm probably doing like other stuff or during downtime or whatever, and I'll see if I can come up with a list of my own things. I'll go with 15, also because 15 is a significant number in the MyStreet fanbase anyway. And yeah, at some point that video will drop, as well as the 5 years later about the remake, because that is months overdue. But for now, I have D&D to get to, and you have a video to and you will hopefully be able to watch that stream as it progresses, or potentially already be there by the time this ends up going live on YouTube. But anyway, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe to us already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.